Good evening, children. Shillong, Tamilong. Good evening. How are you? Yes, Shillong. Last class I was not able to see any of the centers. I was missing you so much. Yes. Are we all back from school? Yes. Shillong. Shillong Center, is this 11th Bio? Get up. Is it 11th Bio? Just wave me your hand. Wave at me, please. If this is 11th Bio, Shillong. Yes. Okay. No, this is not. Good evening, Tamilong. How are you? How are you? Yes, Shillong. How are you, children? All are back from school, everybody. Yes. Okay. Just confirm your camera port number. Is it 8084, Shillong? Just confirm your camera port number, please. 8084. Is it 8084? Okay. So what was the topic we were discussing in the last class? What was it? What were we discussing in the last class? Yes. Shillong, please share your camera port number. Please, children. Yeah, and also attendance with that. You cannot hear you. You cannot hear. You cannot hear. You are not able to hear me. Oh. Okay. Just I will ask technicians over here. Shillong. Mine was hectic. How was yours? This is my second class since morning. Bit tired. Okay. This is a message for Shillong. Okay. Shall we start with topic? So supposedly I remember, as far as I remember, we were talking about cardiac cycle. We talked about many things. We talked about cardiac output, isn't it? And strokes volume also. So can we have some questions from the last class? Yes. Can we have some questions from last class? Okay. In the meantime, Shillong, since Shillong is not audible, I'm not audible to Shillong, they can just answer these questions, okay? Okay. Since you told me your Answer these two questions. Yeah, children, come on. Shillong. Yes, Tamilong, very good. Keep it up. Shillong. Good evening, St. Joseph. How are you people? These are some questions. Since Shillong Center is having an audio problem, I'm just writing specially for them. But for other centers, this is, obviously my voice must be reaching to them very nicely. Please try and attempt these two questions from the last class. I'm especially writing for Shillong since they cannot hear me. Other centers, please. I know you can hear me. Just answer this question. Yes. Yes. Okay. St. Joseph, give it a try, please. Two questions from the last class. Let's see. Okay. Okay, fine. Two different answers. St. Joseph, your answer, please. So, cardiac output is what? Cardiac output is determined by what factor? See, cardiac output is always determined on the basis of, obviously, when you talk about what? When you talk about the heart rate. If the heart rate of a person is high, so obviously the cardiac output is also going to be high, because in any case you are going to limit your blood flow to the other organs. So whatever the things be, you have to have the particular cardiac output which is dependent on the factors. Obviously, both of them are important. The strokes volume is also important. Heart rate is also important. So, but the most important factor what affects the cardiac output is what? Tell me. What is it? Obviously, if my heart rate is also affecting, because since I told you this formula, remember 70 into 72. What was 70 where? 70 was the strokes volume. Isn't it 70 ml, remember? And what was the heart rate? Obviously, 72 was heart rate. So, if any of these factors are increasing or decreasing, I am going to have a variable cardiac output. So, what should be my answer? My answer should be both A and B. So, correct option would be for this question, D option. So, your cardiac output is going to get affected from either of the factors if you are going to change. Okay, clear? Clear with everybody? Yes, Shillong. Am I audible now? Okay. Let's see the next question. Am I audible, Shillong? Lub and dub are what? Lub and dub are? Okay, great. Heart sounds due to what of the particular factors? Lub and dub. If you talk about lub and dub, so lub and dub is basically not closing of the heart valves, obviously. Action of papillary muscles, no. Obviously, it is produced only when the heart valves close. Okay? So when your heart valves are closing, you produce this sound, that is lup and dup. Remember, what is lup? When is lup produced? Lup is produced when you are closing what? When you are closing tricuspid. Yes, I am going to give you more questions. Wait. Bicuspid valve. And when is dup produced? Dup is produced when we are closing what? When we are closing semilunar valves. Just a kind of quick revision. So did you come prepared for the class? Tell me this thing. I'm not getting correct answers from you. Did you come prepared for the class? Did you go back home that day? Obviously, we're meeting after 1 week. It's expected from you that you have to complete all these things in the given time period. Expected from you. It's your duty, in fact, to complete these things in the given time period. Okay? So please go back home every day and be regular. Since you want more questions, let's go for more questions. Okay? Last to last class. Okay, good. Quite fast. Yes, very good, Shillong. Tamil Long, just look over your answer before being in hurry. Don't be in hurry. Hurry will spoil the curry. Whatever curry you are making. Isn't it? Make sure you are not St. Joseph, please try these questions. I'm not trying any of them. Please try these questions. Yes, children. Shillong, second question. Question number 4. What about it? Which of the following is the main graveyard of RBC? Yes, it's correct. Okay. Is A. A for what, Shillong? Just type the question number also, please. Okay. For this question, what would be the correct option? Let's see. For this question now, see, bone marrow is the place, the site of formation of RBC. Okay. Over here, RBC formation takes place. The spleen is said to be the graveyard of RBC. Okay. Liver filters out the dead RBC. This work has to be filtered. Kidney has the role of RBC formation secretes hormone for RBC formation. Okay? So in a way we can see that all the 4 organs have something to do with RBC, but yes, if your question is about graveyard of RBC, your correct answer would be always spleen. Spleen is both called as graveyard of RBC as well as the blood bank. Okay? Clear with this, children? Now, let's see the next question. Now, this is from last to last chapter actually, since the chapter is correlated. Hemoglobin is in chapter 16th also, 17th also and 18th also. So what is adult hemoglobin? Adult hemoglobin is having 2 chains. It has 2 alpha chain and 2 beta chain, as simple as that. Okay? So the correct answer would be what? The correct answer for 4th question will be first. Very good. Keep it up. All of you who have done correct answers, very nice. Those who did not, it's okay. You have to work harder. Okay? One more questions? Shall I continue the chapter? Chapter is lagging. Yes. Tell me, children. Can I continue the chapter now? Yes. Quick. One more question. Okay, one more question. Okay, let's have one more question. Okay. Saint Joseph, are you children there? I know you people enjoy doing questions. Easy one. Yes, Tamilong, come on. Shillong, Saint Joseph, come on. Quickly answer this question. What is taking so long? This is an easy question. Please answer this. Let me know if you cannot. Tamilong, what are you doing, child? Answer this question, please. Saint Joseph. Saint Joseph. Your attendance is also missing. Just write in your attendance also, Saint Joseph. Okay. Impulse of heartbeat. Yes, exactly. So this is also called as the pacemaker, isn't it? We have done this particular part in the last class, that what we call SA node is called as the pacemaker of the heart, and this impulse originates from the SA node. So since this SA node is present inside the heart, we call ourselves, that is human heart, is said to be what? Human heart is said to be myogenic. So I must have taught you 2 types of heart, myogenic and neurogenic in the last class. So our heart is what? Our heart is myogenic. If you talk about cockroach, the heart of a cockroach is neurogenic. Frog is also a neurogenic heart. So this is called as pacemaker, and AV node is called as pace setter. Like if somebody is not having AV node working properly, sorry, SA node working properly, AV node is going to come and take its role, its activities. Clear? Done, children? Can I move ahead, please? Okay, let's start with the next topic, blood pressure, and I guess diseases section was left. Okay, clear up to this? So what is your blood pressure? How do you define blood pressure? So blood pressure is defined as the pressure of systole by diastole. How much is systolic pressure? 120. How much is diastolic pressure? It is 80. Obviously both of them, the unit is always mmHg. This is also mmHg. To measure the blood pressure, you need an instrument. Sphygmomanometer. So what instrument you need to measure the blood pressure? You need one sphygmomanometer. Okay? Clear? Shillong? So any Shillong? Tamilong? St. Joseph, clear is this? This is very much clear to everybody, isn't it? Tamilong, St. Joseph. St. Joseph, you're not replying. Are we connected? Yes, St. Joseph, are we connected, children? Tamilong is also not replying. Okay. So, particular thing what we use to measure the blood pressure is called as sphygmomanometer, the instrument. Then you must have seen that in the particular hospitals, in particular clinics, the doctors, they tie a particular band-like thing on the arm section over here, and then they used to pump it. So they look over on an instrument how is the pressure going up and down, and that instrument is called as a sphygmomanometer. Now any pressure more than this pressure, okay, is called as what? Is called as high blood pressure. So how many of you have heard this high blood pressure term earlier also? It's called as high blood pressure or hypertension. So how many of you have heard this term earlier also? Hypertension, high blood pressure. Yes, you must have heard, isn't it? And when there is any pressure lower than this, is anybody affected by lower pressure? This, what is it called? Very good. You people are very nice. Is called as low blood pressure or, yes, hypotension. So tension is not good. You should not take tension nor give, isn't it? So if you are having low, it's hypo, and if you are having high, it's hyper. Clear, children? Clear with the idea, everything? Clear with subject? Okay? Now let's see what are the disadvantages of high blood pressure and low blood pressure. We'll take into account the disorders. Okay? Now we'll start up with disorders of circulatory system. The new topic we are going to start. We have well understood the topic, the things that what is high BP, what is low BP. Let's talk about hypertension and hypotension. First of all, hypertension. So hypertension is actually very harmful for us, isn't it? Very harmful. In fact, this is hypertension can, like if suppose somebody instead of 120 by 80, what we have is 120 by 80. Now suppose somebody has a increased BP of 220 by 120 mmHg. If this BP is of hypertension of the person is 220 by 120 mmHg. At this high BP or this hypertension, the person can have hemorrhage. What is hemorrhage? Hemorrhage is internal bleeding because of bursting of blood vessels. Okay, now this hemorrhage can take place in many parts of the body. Okay, this hemorrhage can take place in many parts of the body. Can you give me an idea? Which parts do you know about hemorrhage can take place? Yes, tell me the parts where hemorrhage can take place. Yes, children. Yeah, there was some technical problem. Sorry for that. We are connected now. Yes, hemorrhage can take into, yes, there are good answers from Tamil Long. Shillong, how can hemorrhage take place in heart, children? How can hemorrhage take place in heart? It cannot. Okay, let's see. Some of the organs where hemorrhage can take place with more chances, isn't it? There are more chances of hemorrhage taking place in these particular organs. The first one is optic arteries. So you should not put people into these conditions that they are having these damages. Optic arteries means the arteries of the eyes. Okay, so many times what happens is the arteries, because of very high blood pressure, the arteries of the person, they tend to burst in the eyes and they have a blurred vision. Optic arteries, we have some kind of problems, some in nephritis. Okay, yes, nephritis is obviously in the kidney, and people can have in brain. This brain is basically called as brain stroke. So what we have is, we have in optic arteries, we have in nephritis or kidney, or we have the particular things in the brain. Okay? Clear, children? So these are the most important parts where there can be effects of the hypertension, that is hemorrhage can take place. Most important. Otherwise anywhere else also can take place, but these are most of the important sites. Done, children? Clear? Everybody? Yes, Shillong, just give me a thumbs up if it's clear with you. Yes, children? Yes. Ah, very nice. Nice to see you all. Last class I was not able to see you people. Any of the centers I was not able to see. Okay. So next thing is what? Next thing what we talk about is hypotension. What is hypotension? So what is hypotension? Hypotension is lower than 120/80 is called as hypotension. So what is hypotension about? Obviously, if the blood pressure is less than 120/80. For supposedly we take it into account. We take into account a blood pressure of, suppose, 110/70. If you take this thing into account, for example, if you take into account this thing, so what would happen? Yes, obviously there would be reduced ventricular pumping, there will be defects in valves, there would be isn't it? So these things can happen to the person with hypotension, low blood pressure. Okay. So how many of you have heard 2-3 terms I will take into account directly, in a way, in a row? First of all, heart block. How many of you have heard about heart block? Nobody? Nobody has heard about heart block? Yes, children. Have you heard about heart block? So what have you heard about heart block? What are the things you know about heart block? Yes. Tell me. How many of you have heard about heart arrest? Or heart attack first? Cardiac arrest. Heart failure. So how many of you have heard first of all about heart block? Let me make it clear. This is basically when the AV valve is blocked. Okay? When the AV valve is blocked, what happens is the contractions of the ventricles are not taking place. So when the AV valve is blocked, ventricles do not contract, and what happens is the person is said to be affected from heart block. Heart attack. What is heart attack? What happens is when a major artery supplying blood to heart is blocked, it is called, so the particular heart muscles over there, they die, so it is called heart attack. Now if it is a major muscle involved, it would be a major heart attack. If few of the muscles are involved, it would be a minor heart attack. Now next is cardiac arrest. What is cardiac arrest? What is called cardiac arrest? What is it? Cardiac arrest is basically what kind of condition? Cardiac arrest is basically when the heart stops beating. Arrested means total activity is nullified. Heart stops beating. The reason can be variable. In fact, heart attack can be also a reason. Yeah, he died, exactly. Sad. He died because of heart attack. I really miss him. Heart attack may be due to maybe reason. Okay. So cardiac arrest or heart arrest is basically a situation where the heart stops beating at all. And heart failure is what? The lungs do not pump blood to heart, and thus heart also does not pumps blood or to organs. So it is called heart failure. So this is the overall scenario of these four things. Clear? So the origin of heart failure is always in lungs. Let us once discuss these things. So the origin of heart failure obviously is in the lungs. So first the lungs that they get congested, they're not able to supply proper blood. And then talk about cardiac arrest. Cardiac arrest is because heart stops beating. And then what we have is heart attack. And next thing we have is heart block. So arteries is supplying blood to the heart is blocked. Okay? Clear with this whole idea? Everybody, each and everybody. Shillong, Tamilnong, St. Joseph, everybody. Tell me children, are you clear with this all ideas? So what is the instrument to measure your blood pressure? Instrument used to measure your blood pressure. Yes, quickly. Shouldn't take this long. Very good. Saint Joseph, are you clear with those whole things? Tell me children. Okay, very good. Yes, sphygmomanometer, very good. Nice Shillong. So let us now see how is the regulation of the heart going on. Next topic is, yes, Tamilong, tell me, what's the doubt? Yes, Tamilong, listening. Tell me children, what's the problem? Wish to copy something? Okay, just let me know if you have copied the whole slide. Okay, please copy. I will do the other centers they have copied, isn't it? Regulation of cardiac activity. Let's move ahead. Regulation section. So regulation of cardiac activity is via two methods. The first regulation part is by the process of neural control, and second is because of chemical control. So what is neural control about? When you talk about nervous system, when you talk about the regulation from the part of the different activities of the medulla or any of the sections. So the neural control part obviously is by brain, and in brain also we have a part that is doing this thing, it's called as medulla. I've done these things in 10th standard also, you know what is medulla doing. So medulla has two parts. Medulla has a part called as cardio accelerator and cardio inhibitor. Okay? Now, let's see the chemical control section. Now you have your heart. Suppose this is your heart. Your heart has aorta. Remember aorta? It's a bad diagram of heart. But still, the aorta is a part which takes away blood from your heart to different body parts. Now it has a particular arc called as aortic arc and carotid artery. Let's see. Now this aortic arc has certain bodies on its surface which are obviously called as chemoreceptors. These are what? These are chemoreceptors. And these chemoreceptors are classified into two categories. If it is present on aortic arc, it is said to be aortic bodies. And E for carotid artery, it's said to be, carotid artery is the artery which supplies blood to your brain. Okay, so blood from here is going to your brain. So this is what is called as carotid bodies. Now these carotid bodies and aortic bodies, they are very special, as in they can sense the levels of carbon dioxide, H plus, okay. You to copy everything, just a small error. We won't be having this thing over here, chemical control. Just by mistake, I was telling you the breathing control. I'm really sorry for that. This was the control of breathing. Sorry. We'll just look on the, again, we'll see the chemical control. Now this chemical control is not because, really sorry for that, this chemical control is not because of the carotid and aortic bodies. Really sorry, that was the breathing section. Chemical control is basically, this chemical control is going to be basically because of two things, that is basically two hormones from the adrenal medulla. Okay, the adrenal medulla hormones are of two different kinds. The first is called as the adrenaline and second is called as the noradrenaline. Okay, really sorry for that, children. So this adrenaline part is what? This adrenaline part is going to increase your heartbeat. Okay, this is what is the sympathetic part. So whenever you are under sympathy, you must have made notice that your heartbeat increases. So this adrenaline is what? This adrenaline is said to be an emergency hormone. And this noradrenaline is what? This is during the normal conditions. So this emergency cardio-accelerator part and cardio-inhibitor part, on the other hand, what it is doing is that this cardio-accelerator part, this is increasing the heartbeat by sympathetic nervous system, and this cardio-inhibitory is decreasing it by parasympathetic nervous system. We'll see the detail of all this when we'll come across the nervous system. But let us discuss adrenaline. This adrenaline is also a part of sympathy. Now, just imagine a condition, a dog is behind you. Okay, you are under sympathy. You must be under sympathy when a dog is after you. So what would happen in the condition? Obviously, you want to fight or flight. You want to run away or you want to fight with the dog. Obviously, I would suggest you to run away. So what happens is, so when you talk about the normal conditions, your cardio-inhibitory part is decreasing your heartbeat. But when you are under emergency conditions, suppose a dog is after you or you are writing an exam. Okay, so what happens is, this increases your heartbeat. The cardio-accelerator part increases the heartbeat, and what does cardio-inhibitory does? It decreases the heartbeat. Okay? Adrenaline, noradrenaline, this is sympathetic, this is parasympathetic, adrenaline for emergency, this is in the normal condition. Okay? So what would happen? This emergency part is acting over the cardio-accelerator part in this condition, and this parasympathetic part is acting over the heartbeat. Okay, decreasing the heartbeat. Now this is doing it through the way of what? This is a nerve called as vagus nerve. This activity, this red one, cardioinhibitory part, the parasympathetic section, what is controlling it is vagus nerve. Now if a question comes to you, like if you are appearing for NEET, okay, not school exam, they won't be asking you, but if you are appearing for NEET, just for your knowledge, I will be telling you, this happens to be the 10th, this is 10th cranial nerve. So cranial nerves are those nerves which are coming out of your brain and going to different parts of your body. So this particular vagus nerve comes out of your brain and goes and controls, one of the part goes and controls the heartbeat. So it is actually decreasing the heartbeat. So vagus nerve is doing what? Vagus nerve is decreasing the heartbeat, and in a way what? In a way that your cardioinhibitory part is under its effect. Too much of confusion or things are clear? So we'll divide it into two sections. Let's see once again. The regulation of heartbeat or cardiac activity is under the effect of neural control, chemical control. Neural is under the effect of medulla, and chemical is under the effect of adrenal medulla. Okay? Adrenal medulla is a particular part present in the adrenal gland. Okay? And medulla is a part which is present in the brain. You must be confused. This is medulla, this is adrenal medulla. But both of them are different things. Don't get confused. So medulla is a part of brain and adrenal medulla is a gland. Okay? Now, sympathetic and parasympathetic. Sympathetic is the cardio accelerator part and parasympathetic is the cardiac inhibitor part. So, cardio inhibitor part decreases the heartbeat by vagus nerve, that is happens to be the 10th cranial nerve, and cardio accelerator increases it by the help of sympathetic. Now to increase their effect, we are having two more hormones secreted from the adrenal medulla section. One is adrenaline. The adrenaline part is basically the one which acts under the emergency conditions, and the other is the the normal conditions is the noradrenaline. Yeah, you will have a small break. First let's finish this. Okay, so this is noradrenaline. So noradrenaline is doing these things under normal conditions. Okay, fine. St. Joseph, Shillong, Tamenglong, all of you. Okay, very nice, very good. You people are great. Sorry for the confusion, small confusion. So let's have a break and we'll start with new chapter after this. Okay, very good. Okay, let's have a break. Yes, Tamilong, Shillong. Can we resume the class? Yes. St. Joseph. Are we all back from the break? No, yes? What? Okay. So this whole chapter is completed. Now we'll start with the next chapter, obviously from human physiology. What is it? What is it? Excretory waste. Okay, very good, Tamilong. Excretory waste and its removal. So did you eat something when you came back from the school? Did you eat something? Shillong? Did you eat something, children? Okay. Just banana. Must have at your lunch also? You have finished to eat, ma'am. What does that mean? So you're done to eat. What is that meaning, Shillong? What does it mean? We have finished to eat. Okay. Should keep something energetic as Tamilong children. See, they are so intelligent. They keep banana in their bags. It's healthy, nutritious. Okay. Lunch? No lunch? No lunch, only banana. Okay. So what is the staple food over there? What do you eat? What do you eat for lunch? Rice? Okay, you keep milk and bread. Milk and bread? How you carry milk? Nice. How you carry milk? In flask? Bottles? How do you carry milk? Okay, you have like rice for your lunch also. Okay, fine. Okay, should have something. That is what is my concern. You should have something to eat in between. Obviously, lunch is a very, very important part of your day. You should not skip lunch. And you should always eat healthy rather than eating like things which are available outside. They might not be. Okay, you came from home. It's nice. Very good then. Then why are you in sleeping mode, Shillong? Why are you in sleeping mode? Like, if it's like, I'm seeing this thing, or are you really keeping your head down? Or is this a reflection of the camera? Okay. It's nice. Okay, fine, we'll proceed now with the new chapter, that is excretory waste and its removal. So, excretory waste, who is going to define me what is excretory waste? Yes. Quickly tell me what is excretory waste. What is excretory waste? Obviously, this whole process can be said to be what? You can call it to be excretion also. So, what is excretion? This is removal of mainly what? Okay, you're not sleeping, then I'm sorry. It's looking over from here that everybody is having like head down kind of thing. No, one or two are having head down, last bench. It's like appearing from here. Okay, removal of mainly nitrogenous waste. Okay, from the body. After the metabolic activity. Okay, so what are the classes of nitrogenous waste? Let's look into this. Nitrogenous waste, they fall into different categories, like we have ammonia, we have urea, and we have uric acid. These are three different metabolic waste products. Obviously, all cannot be in the same individual, but I will tell you how these things happen. So this whole process, all these things are carried by a very, very special system of your body that you have done with this chapter also, this part also in class 10th, life processes, when we're talking about excretion. So excretion is what? When you are removing nitrogenous waste, that is ammonia, urea, uric acid, from the body after the metabolic activity. So once the metabolic activity is done, or the metabolism is done, after metabolism we release many nitrogenous waste products, and when you are removing these nitrogenous waste products, it is said to be what? It is said to be excretion. Now, where does this nitrogenous waste product arises from? The next question, what should come in our mind? The source of nitrogenous waste product. So, if we keep an account of this, there is a particular thing called as amino acid. I will just take you away from class 10th level a bit higher, obviously to 11th level. What happens is amino acid has NH2 group. So when you are removing out, what you have to do is that you have to remove, see if I make an arrow like this, it's called as removal of amino group. Now this amino group turns to form, in turn forms different products like ammonia, urea, uric acid, and this process is what? Since it is amino group removed, it is called as deamination of said to be deamination of the amino acid. So what you are doing is that you are taking an amino group, sorry, amino acid, you are just removing out the NH2 from there, and we all know what is ammonia. Ammonia is NH3. So you are removing out the NH2 to form a deaminated amino acid, and the NH2 is converted in the way to form ammonia, urea, or uric acid. Now ammonia is the particular kind of excretory product. Let's see one by one all of them. Okay, now first is ammonia. So ammonia is a sort of excretory waste product which is formed in all the animals, because we can see over here the amino acid, when it is deaminated, the first product formed is ammonia. So this is formed in all animals or all organisms, be it a single cell, be it a particular cell with the multicellular organization like porifera, sponges, us, we also form ammonia. Formed in all animals, but is converted to urea or uric acid depending on what? The constraint is water, depending on water availability. So if an animal has huge access to water, if an animal has so they release what? They release ammonia. So if an animal is having huge access to water, like which animals will be having huge access to water? Any idea? Obviously those animals who are living in water. Why? Because, why do they need more of water? Because ammonia is highly toxic and requires a lot of water for their removal. So animals which are having this kind of thing, teleosts. Teleosts are the bony fishes. Okay, bony fishes means when we will come across animal kingdom, we will see there are two types of fishes. One who have cartilage as their endoskeleton, and the other which have bones in their endoskeleton. So there are two kinds of fishes. One is bony and one is cartilaginous. So there will be some aquatic insects also. You must be more aware about them. The aquatic insects, obviously, those insects living in water, and we have amphibia also. Okay? So when an adult is in water, they are excreting out ammonia, and when they come on land, they excrete out, I will tell you next. So adult when in water. And obviously larvae, for example, amphibia, if I am talking about frog, say. So frog is having its larvae which is called as tadpole. Tadpole is a larvae of frog and it is found in water. So obviously the adult frog will excrete out ammonia when in water, and the larvae is going to excrete out ammonia always, obviously, because larvae is always present in water. They will not come on land unless and until they are adults. Clear? Shillong, Tamenlong, St. Joseph? Everybody is clear with this idea? So first type of organisms what we have discussed is a monotelic. Yes, Shillong? Clear, children? Just give me a thumbs up if it's clear. Yes, let me see how many thumbs are up. Very good. Very nice. Keep it up. Tamenlong? Please tell me if it is clear. To sustain half more hour for your class with that one banana you had. Okay, number 2 is obviously urea. So this ammonia would be converted into urea if there is less of water. Less water required for its removal. So if you wish to remove urea from your body, you need comparatively less water. And obviously it is less toxic compared to ammonia. Okay, so what happens is urea going this way. So the conversion of ammonia into urea takes place in your liver. Okay, liver is such an important organ. You can just have the idea gradually as we are moving ahead, we find liver to be involved in everything possible. Take a thick marker, okay? So it's important. Ammonia is converted into urea. Now, what are the particular organisms? Toxicity is less. Obviously, examples would be mammals. Examples would be marine fishes and many terrestrial frogs. So terrestrial frogs means obviously when they come on land, they are turning out to be what? They are turning out to be not exactly frogs. I wish to write amphibia. Okay, many terrestrial amphibia. Obviously when they are on land. So when they are on land, they turn out to be what? They turn out to be excreting urea. Okay. Now let's see the ammonia section once again. So if an animal is excreting ammonia, that ammonia excreting animal is called as ammonotelic. Okay. So ammonotelic is what? Ammonotelism is the property, and ammonotelic is the animal which is excreting ammonia as the waste product. Okay. If an animal is excreting out urea, it is ureotelic. Copied up till now? Everybody done with copying? Can I move ahead? Shillong, Tamilong, St. Joseph. Next is what? Next is uric acid. This is insoluble in water. We won't use least anything, but this is insoluble in water. If you try to dissolve this, this would form precipitate. Or pellet. So it requires no water for its removal. And the examples are, obviously you know what, the birds, the ones we don't have, we have seen never having water, much of excess of water, insects, reptiles. So we have clear? So if an animal is excreting uric acid, we would call it what? We would call it to be uricotelic. Okay? So you have three categories of animals. What are they? Ammonotelic, ureotelic, and what? Uricotelic. So answer me a question. Which of the following requires highest amount of water for its removal? Quickly. Answer me. Yes. Tamilnadu, what do you think? St. Joseph, what do you think? Which animal requires, which of these requires highest amount of water for its removal? Tell me. So these are the excretory organs present across the animal kingdom. So platform or platyhelminthes, they have an excretory organ called as what? Called as flame cells or protonephridia, annelida, that is earthworm. They have nephridia, cockroaches, that is insects, Malpighian tubules, prawns. They have green glands, and vertebrates we have kidneys. So these are the typical types of organs we have in different phylums of the animal kingdom. Do we have any doubts up till now? Any doubts? Okay, very good, Shillong. Tamilong, copied, clear. St. Joseph, where are the people? Are we connected? Yeah, St. Joseph. Are we connected, children? Copied? Clear? Okay, very good. So now let's talk about our excretory system. That is, what is the excretory organ in you? What is the excretory organ we have? So how is this chapter? How do you find this chapter to be? Talk about human excretory system. So what does it consists of? It consists of a pair of kidneys. How is this chapter? Yes. A pair of ureters, a urinary bladder, should be an urinary bladder, sorry. And we have is urethra. Okay. So human excretory system consists of what? Paired kidneys, paired ureters, single urinary bladder, and urethra. Okay, do we need to draw the diagram of kidneys, human kidneys, whole structure? You must be well versed with it. I don't think so. You can refer to your book. In case of any doubt, you can just come back to me on the group or obviously in the next class. Is it okay? Can you skip the diagram? The kidney one, since we are class 7, we are drawing that diagram. Can I skip? I will be showing an ultrastructure of kidney, yes. That is what is more important for you at this level. Can I skip that diagram, children? Tell me as you wish. Shillong, Tamilong, tell me. St. Joseph. Yes. No answer means yes. Okay. Don't tell me anything. I will take it to be a granted yes for myself. Okay, let's see the structure of the kidney. Okay, I'm not audible. Yes, please, technician at Delhi, please look into it. What's the issue? What was that verb for Tamilong? Don't think this to be a mushroom or kidney bean. This is your kidney. Okay. Okay, this is your kidney somewhat looks like. What happens is, let's see one by one the layers also of the kidney. Say that. I guess we will done with the diagram section only today. Okay, fine. Let's start labeling. This whole structure is called as renal capsule. Okay, this is the part outside the kidney. The outside part is always called as cortex. Whenever you divide your organs into two sections, outer and inner, the outside part would be called as cortex. And the inside part would be called as what? Medulla. Remember? We did medulla, adrenal medulla, same kind. We have a medulla section in kidney also. So the medulla part of adrenal gland is called as adrenal medulla, inner part. And the outer part would be called as cortex. So similarly in kidneys also the outer section is called as renal cortex and the inner section is called as renal medulla. Okay, let's move ahead. These particular things are called as medullary pyramids. What do they have? They have the structural and functional unit of your kidney called as nephron. This is a nephron. What is this? This is a nephron. You know what is a nephron. Okay? Now, gradually move ahead. This is the part called as renal calyx. This is renal pelvis. And this is the first ureter. Okay, Shillong, you cannot hear me at all, nothing. Not hearing anything. Nothing is audible. Tamilong, can you hear me? Shillong? Please copy this diagram. Can you listen to me, Shillong, now? Am I audible now, children? Mammalian kidney is what? Mammalian kidney is bean-shaped. Yes, Shillong? Can you listen to me? Tamilong? Yeah, it's a bean-shaped organ. Shillong Sante is not able to hear my voice. Yes. Just copy the things. I will be explaining you in the next class again. Okay. Why it is bean shaped? Because the nature has created to have a bean shape. Every organ has a particular structure. Similarly, it also has a structure which is of bean shape coincidentally. Okay. Okay, Shillong, just copy please. Okay. No, the audio is not working. They're having problem. Okay, let's copy the basic things I will be explaining today. It is reddish brown. In color. Covered by renal capsule. This renal capsule protects from infections plus injury. Okay. Dorsal means this part, the back section, the back part of your body. Okay. And since you have a liver on your right side, liver is a single organ, you're present on the right side of your body. So your right kidney is actually, because of that liver, it is present a bit lower in position compared to your left kidney. So right kidney is lowered in position compared to your left kidney. Okay, let's see the measurements, although not that important. Okay. So what we do is that we divide kidney into two sections. The outer is called as cortex and inner is called as the medulla. Okay, so we have two sections in kidney, the outer called as cortex and inner called as medulla. Okay, the kidney has what? Has, yes, Shillong, am I audible now? Kidney has medullary pyramids, and these medullary pyramids are what? They are having the structural and the functional unit of kidney. Technician at Delhi, please coordinate with the image. Children are not able to copy. Structural and functional unit of kidney. So, these medullary pyramids are what? These medullary pyramids are the structural and functional unit of your kidney. They have the structure and function of a kidney, which is called as what? Which is called as nephron. So the structure and function unit of a kidney is what? The structure and function unit of kidney is your nephron. Okay? Clear? Now these medullary pyramids, they come out and open into renal calyx. This renal calyx opens into or passes into renal pelvis, and this renal pelvis finally ureter. From ureter we have urinary bladder. Urinary bladder leads to urethral opening or urethra. So this is the whole pathway where we find out that yes, these particular kidneys, how they are functioning. So in a way that these medullary pyramids, they are having a structure and function unit of kidney that is called as nephron, and this opens into renal calyx. Calyx opens into renal pelvis. Pelvis leads to ureter, to urinary bladder, and finally the urethral opening. So in this way the whole excretion process is proceeded. So we have to now start the next class. Whenever we are meeting in the next class, we will start with the structure of nephron. We'll start with the next structure of nephron in the next class. Let me know if you have any doubts up till now. Yes, Shillong Center is unable to listen, like they're not able to listen us. And yes, Tamilong, you only tell me. Any problem? Yes, Shillong, Tamilong, Shillong, St. Joseph. Tell me, do you have any problems up to this? No? No issues? Problems? Yes. Shillong? No? Still are not audible? Very sad. Tamilong, St. Joseph? No problem, children? Did you copy everything? Did you copy everything, Shillong? Copied all? It's not working? Okay, let it be. I will be explaining you, giving you just summarize in the next class also. Okay, fine. No issues. Let's wrap up the class for today, and we will be continuing with the next class with the structure of nephron, and we will move ahead with the particular functions what your kidney does. In the meantime, please go back home and study the whole thing, and obviously the audios will be available, the video will be available soon on the link that you get, the YouTube link. So not to worry much long, time and long. However, I will be explaining you this thing again in the next class. That's the last 15 minutes of the class. I will be explaining to Shillong Center especially. I don't know where is St. Joseph. I'm missing them. They've lost. They just went away. I don't know. Okay, Tamilong, Shillong, St. Joseph, everybody, please go back home and study. Let me know in case of any problem in the next class or on the WhatsApp group. We are connected. So let's meet in the next class. Okay, with more questions I will be giving you. Yes, I will be giving you certain MCQs from these chapters, whatever I am doing. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Thank you so much. Bye bye. Good night. Okay, Shillong, since they cannot listen me, just waving them hands. Okay, fine. Okay, cooperative, very, very cooperative people. Okay, bye. Thank you so much.